I got a little scared last second because somebody told me that somebody had a deal and...
I heard about that, actually.
You did?
I heard about that I think last night.
Yeah.
That kind of scares me.
It scared me a lot.
Because if that's true, or whatever, that's, really, well...
We must be thinking of a different thing. You must not have been informed right.
Is it this Dustin thing with Jen and all that bullshit?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That he had a deal with, Dick and Danielle.
Well,
did she tell you about it?
I know that that's not true.
Well, yeah, because I was like,
But whatever, Jen was trying to save her ass.
Yeah, exactly, which is what I think now, but, like, I started worrying, like, if he takes himself off, then that's what that means. And so I was thinking about, I don't know, I was like, I didn't know what I was going to do, I didn't know if it was true or not, and who can you ask, because, like, everybody is trying to save themselves, like, last second, and that's why I was freaking out. I didn't know if he had been lying to me, and I didn't know if she was lying to me.
So when he put him up, I take it you obviously asked him if that was cool?
Yeah, he offered himself.
Again?
Like, a couple days. Well, he said it was fine as long as it was Dick that was still on the block. It was just that he said he wouldn't feel comfortable if it was the other way around.
You have to be really careful with him.
Yeah, I know.
I'm serious.
Lots of crazy stuff going on.
No, I'm just saying, like, with Dustin, he's very... I don't know.
I know.
The three things that I see, just between you and I.
Yeah.
He screws Jamaica over in the POV.
Uh-huh.
He gets the trips and all that bullshit. So,
yeah.
On top of everything, if you and I were to go home and he goes home, he still has $5,000 and a trip.
Yep.
And he shafted the group that he was with.
Yep.
Because he just was greedy 1 week. Granted, that's something that, he wasn't in a group with me, but even still, I think that's a total dick move if he supported a group.
Right.
Now, if he was like me, where he was kind of flying by the seat of his pants, then it's not really such a big issue.
It's just kind of like, yeah.
But he defied you guys' thoughts.
Yep.
For personal gain, which is fine, but I would think that that's still... that shows where his line is with a group decision versus a personal decision.
Right.
And then his lying and stuff with this dick thing and all that.
Yeah.
Major, blatantly, obviously not trustworthy. Personal, like very personal for himself. Could be staged, could not be, whatever. But
yeah. But I don't think it's possible because that means that
No, I'm saying he voted to keep Eric in.
Right.
Sure, but he blatantly said, Dick, I wasn't the renegade guy. I voted for you. And then outside he's like, it was all me.
Yeah.
It was all me. Everyone heard it. It's not something that I'm throwing out there.
Oh, I know.
So I just find it. And then now he steps up to the block as the martyr to make it look good for you.
Mm-hmm. Which I see.
Which is an act of good, which is like an act of good faith on his end.
Yeah.
Which is nice and all, but you can't let that alter your perception of what has already happened about him personally. I think, because you're going to get screwed. And it's not... when you make one decision, that's bad, and you make another decision, that's bad, and then you make a decision that tries to redeem certain bad decisions, it's never going to be back the way it ever was.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So all I'm saying is just be careful, because I can just see it completely backfiring on you. I mean, not this week, but I'm just saying in general.
Down the road, it could
You need to be.
I mean, it could
You need to be careful. He's so fucking shady. He'll do whatever it takes to get him farther.
Yeah.
Which I guess everybody realistically will, but he's very obvious about it. I don't want you to think that. I think he's trying to cover up his tracks.
Yeah, so I do too.
You need to be very. What's that word? You need to keep your eyes open. You know, you need to be very aware of what's happening and not let that change the way in which you view people.
Yeah.
Just because they did something nice to you doesn't mean that they're happy.
Do you think he's bringing Amber down with him, or do you think that
they're voting separately?
That they are. I mean, like, he makes her think that they are, you know, like, in it together. But I think he might be doing it to her too.
No, I think their situation is different. I think realistically they both have their own vote.
Yeah.
But he uses the fact that she's emotional about things as a weapon to coerce her into voting the way he wants. And then she falls on the sword because she doesn't stand up. Because a lot of the things that have happened in this house, she doesn't really stand up for herself, like with Dick.
Yeah.
And with everything, it just nosedives. And I think that he definitely influences her decision, and she just goes kind of along with it. Now, granted, I'm sure she's completely capable of voting on her own.
Yeah.
But I would like to think that, the closest friend she has in the house is Dustin, I think. Yeah. And if that's true, then why would friends go against friends? That's true. I mean, the thinker of the two of those is obviously him.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
So I would think that he... I mean, like, for instance, I know, like, with the Nick vote thing, she really wanted to keep Nick in.
Yeah.
Didn't have the votes. If people would have properly may have talked, separately. No, Danielle didn't want to vote him out. Dick didn't, did or didn't. But it could have changed if people would have been on the same page and had more time to talk. Yeah. I think. But everybody voted the way that they chose. And I know that she has even told me, crying to me, that she regrets voting him out because he was a good person. But it's part of the game. I think, because, like, when I was sitting on the one side of the couch and she was sitting on the other, before the votes even happened, she looked at me and she, like, started to, like, cry in her eyes, and I knew she was voting Nick out. Yeah. But I always realize that you have to analyze who's close to you in your group and make sure you guys are all similar on the same page when you guys do the vote. Yeah. And then make sure that it's something that you can live with, because you're still a vote. If things were to go sour last week for Eric, that's either a choice you made that you have to live with. Yeah. Or because of you, type of thing. So I always like to at least think, in my opinion, of making choices that I know that I'm okay with. I don't like other people trying to influence my decision. And if people are trying to do that, then at least I'm going to try and defend my choice until they can either persuade me that that choice is correct or I am wrong. But you know where I stand this week? Yeah. Well, I think changing. I do. No, change from that. I didn't know if it changed or not because of... No way. Who went up or whatever.